Tonight, the Oakland County Sheriff joined religious leaders to call for an end to hate speech. It comes after last week's attack on the Temple Israel in West Bloomfield Township. Sheriff Mike Bouchard talked about a rise in anti-Semitism across the country. He says between 2020 and 2024, there was a 344% increase in reported targeted incidents against the Jewish community. He even showed some social media posts in which he was targeted. The sheriff says all hate crimes and hate speech must be stopped. Anyone caught carrying them out could be charged with a crime.
Any hateful act against any religion, any person, or any race is unacceptable and will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
140 children were inside the school at Temple Israel when that attack happened. The 41-year-old Lebanese-born man and naturalized U.S. citizen who carried it out engaged in a shootout with security before taking his own life. The FBI is investigating.
The state of